Hello and welcome to A Woman on Purpose. Find your inner golden compass training tonight. And tonight we're just doing the whole lot, an overview. And I've done this webinar about 3 times now. And every single time I've had such a fabulous response. In some cases, it has changed people's life considerably. And just from this webinar alone, because I do give out everything I know in a concise manner, and if you're ready to hear it, it will be there. And if you need any more, we're always there to support you. But tonight I want to begin with sharing with you just a little bit about the magic and feeling the magic of where A Woman on Purpose has come from and where it is going to take you, hopefully. And I just want to explain that everything that I've written from my own experience, from my own pain, from my own vulnerability, from my own joy, from my excitement, from being somebody that used to get everything that she'd ever dreamed of and then completely lost everything, all of my confidence, all of my belief. I doubted myself more than anything. And I had to build that back up. But I had no idea about the personal development industry or what was going on. So I literally did it myself. And I will explain more later, but only recently I have actually once I wrote the book, I did reference it to ancient texts and psychology teaching, but only recently have I found such books as Think and Grow Rich and The Magic of Believing. And The Magic of Believing was really profound for me because I felt like I could have written it myself, yet it was written by a man in 1947. So whatever I'm going to teach you tonight, I completely believe in. I believe that it is magic. I believe that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too. Because I literally was at rock bottom. I had it all. I had all the confidence. I had everything that I ever wanted. I wasn't necessarily rich. I wasn't necessarily, famous, but I had everything that I wanted for a full life. And then I lost it all. And I had to rebuild step by step. And literally tonight, I'm going to go over the whole process super quick, super fast. And for that, I'm going to go straight into the slides. I welcome you. I am so glad that you've joined me. I'm really honored that you have joined me, actually. And I welcome you to find your own golden compass. So here goes with the technical. Welcome to your free introductory training or overview training. If you've done the 8-week Golden Compass, Get Out of Fear and Get Into Gear, to find your inner golden compass. And this really essentially is how to be peaceful, passionate, and prosperous purposefully. How to become spiritually full, financially free, and confidently unstoppable. And I'm going to show you how to see your peaceful, powerful potential, to have a solid foundation to start creating your best life, to be able to see your self-worth, and to be able to see the infinite possibilities. And this is a story of magic and mystery, of practicality and spirituality, masculine and feminine, happiness and sadness, letting go and filling up, giving and receiving, belief and doubt, and fear and love. This is a story of using your own inner golden compass to navigate and fulfill your purposeful journey of infinite possibilities. So I know that some of you are new and you don't know my background story, and so I'll introduce myself first. That's me. Over the Mediterranean there, being my golden self. And I'm the author of the bestseller, A Woman on Purpose book, which holds the whole of the Golden Compass personal development system. That was the beginning of the Golden Compass. And I've been on a personal development and transformational journey since I was a teenager. And I now empower over 45,000 women from all over the world through my empowerment poetry and teachings. And it is truly my belief that it is time for the women of the world to step into our power and make the world a better place. I also know that we all need a little help and community. So that is why I've created the Woman on Purpose Foundation and Community. So what you will learn today is personal peace, how to overcome fear and anxiety and gain inner peace and reach for the stars, because you are enough. Your personal passion, how uncovering your true desire enables momentum and joy you desire deeply, and you're allowed. Personal power, how to let go of all that no longer serves you and find your inner strength. Personal prosperity, how you can balance finance, independence, and giving back in the modern world. Personal purpose, how being on purpose is a purposeful journey and available to you right now. And your personal potential, how to keep on keeping on to see your own infinite possibilities. So why is living your best life so important? And I start off with the world needs you. The world needs you because never before has the world been able to support women who are able in a way that we can lead the world to be a better place. And for that, all of us need to be involved. And we all need to see each other. And we all need to lend our femininity, our kindness and compassion. And in order to be heard, we must speak. In order to be seen, we must go forth. And in order to change, we must take action. And I know that most personal development trainings teach you to do something, but they don't deal with the real emotions of being a woman from a holistic and feminine point of view. So fear, shame, guilt, balance, philosophy, independence, finance, and desires are dealt with practically, but delivering strategies is completely different than being in a continual, safe and supportive community of women wanting to change their own lives and to make the world a better place at the same time. And this is a cyclical process system. It never stops working and you never stop growing. So why is it your time now? The world is changing rapidly and your ability to earn a living and live peacefully is becoming harder and less fulfilling. Your desire to live purposefully and to be seen and heard and leave a legacy is causing pain. You want to earn a living doing what you love and to generate enough income to live your dreams both now and in the future for yourself and for the future of our society, and in order to give philanthropically to those causes that are closest to your heart. And the easiest and best way for you to change the world is to do what you love, to be all you can be and give what you can and show others how to do it. But I know that finding a way out of this and on your own seems daunting, and it holds all of us back and wastes time. So the Golden Compass can help you if you're going through a transition in life and you feel alone, unheard and unseen, and you're desperate to stop the pain in your heart and the world. If you want to help others, you are looking for freedom, either time, location, who you work with, and the freedom to give back and feel on purpose. You want to make a positive impact in the world, and you want to stop playing small, you want to be visible, you want to be heard, and you want to live your best life, doing something you love, adding all of your unique style, and to go after your dreams. Or perhaps you're an entrepreneur who wants to add a personal development system to your portfolio, but you don't have the time or the energy to create your own. And the Golden Compass helps you to be you, for you to find your courage, your presence, and your purpose to go out today and start living your life as a woman on purpose. It also helps you to balance all of the spiritual, philosophical, and emotional elements of life so that you can marry them with the modern material world as it is today. Decipher your own desires and let go of all that doesn't serve you, to learn deep contentment with life, and to take the action that you need to take to kickstart your own purposeful life cycle. Now, there are 3 levels to becoming a woman on purpose and to master your own destiny. So I want to give you a warning here. The foundation is where you learn and you grow. You keep learning and you keep growing. It never stops. The practice is where you keep on keeping on and repeating what you learn until you get to the embodiment, when you have mastered the art. And this is true of anything, and not just this course or this webinar. This thing is, once you've learned something and embodied something, you still have to practice it to maintain your competence, or you will have to relearn and start the practice again. So with these 3 elements, it's something to be embraced, because our continued awareness of discovery lends to the magic, mystery, and miracle of living. And once you've embodied all that you can embody, you'll find that there will be something more for you to learn, and there will be more for you to grow into, and you'll have to practice that and keep on practicing that until you embody that. And then once you've done that, you will have space for the cycle to begin again. You cannot move without moving. There are many who want to change but do not learn, practice, and embody, and then they live with regret, blame, and pain. I don't want you to be one of them. I need you, you need me, we all need each other in this world. And failing at doing something is a far greater achievement than mastering doing nothing. So let me ask you, if you feel pain and alone, do you want to feel at peace and useful to society? Do you have a deep yearning to do something purposeful and know that you have so much to share, but you're unable to find that specific sweet spot, or you don't know what to do first, all whilst keeping up appearances and keeping on living and surviving? Are you staying stuck in fear and in pain and having to conform? Well, I know that feeling. This is exactly where I was. I have been where you are, and I was as scared as you are now. And I had to get out of it, and I found a way. So today, I want to share with you, so you don't have to take as long as I did, or have as many hurdles to leap as I did. So what's my reality? When I started this journey, right at the bottom, I had a brain tumor. I had osteomyelitis, which was disease of the bone, which went on to infect the whole of my forehead, and I don't have one anymore. I had numerous acquired and life-threatening infections. I had 3 ectopic pregnancies, and I had a haunting past relationship where I'd been locked up with a gunman. At this time, I was homeless. I was a single mum. I'd been broke, having to work in between bouts of disability. I'd been diagnosed with PTSD and depression. And my life was seriously in other people's hands, and I had no control. And my dreams at this time were to be useful, to make the world a better place, to provide financially and emotionally for my family, and to be seen and heard, and to be all that I could be, and essentially to be happy. And my plan of action was to have my own business so that I would never have to rely on anyone again for health, well-being, housing, or happiness. To make a social enterprise that would enable others to be self-sustaining, economically viable, and create the world where everyone was safe. and to be able to live my best life and create a global community. I still have that dream. It's called Pyotopia, Pioneering a Better Way. But wait for what actually happened. I went to a business advisor with my plan to save the world, and she realized that what I'd achieved by myself was what there was a desperate need for. Something that I had no awareness of myself. She told me to go home, write a book about how to be so positive, so patient, so passionate, and so blinking on purpose, because that's what the world needed. And the world needs that right now. So I did. And what happened next? I learned empathy. I learned patience. I'd learned the power and impact we can all have, even if we work from our place of beauty. I remembered my passion. I learned to let go of fear enough to move through it, of shame, of guilt. I learned to give myself permission to trust, to be courageous, and to make mistakes. I learned to take action. I learned tenacity. And I learned that I will never, ever stop learning. I learned that together we can change the world. And I learned to be a woman on purpose. And it feels so good that I do want to share it with you and with the world. So my gift to share. What my business advisor saw in me that day was purpose, passion, and possibility. My gift to share. It was up to me to do the work and do it well. It was my duty, my job, my gift, my obligation, my decision, my choice, and ultimately my responsibility. But I didn't want to work within the constraints of conformity. I knew that in order for me to share what I had to do so from my own personal place of beauty and abundance. I had seen too much trauma, too much hell. I'd lived there, and there was no way I was going to live from that place again. And this place wasn't given to me. It wasn't around me. I had to create it. So I did. I will offer you a unique way to work with me at the end of this webinar if you feel that you can benefit from this community. But I'm confident that this is such a valuable and implementable training webinar that for some of you, it will be all that you need. And it's my purpose to help as many women around the world become stronger, happier, and independent so that we can work together to make the world a better place. And some of the women that have been on this webinar before, so congratulations to you on such a wonderful opportunity you've developed for yourself and other women. And I thank you for helping me realize how blessed and full I really am. Wow, I did not notice how blessed I am, and I always really have been, until I received your stuff and read it and listened to your videos and webinar. And that just makes me want to gift more. So my promise is that if I can do it, so can you. And what I gained was my inner peace, patience, and passion. And I gained the tools for the bad days. I found love, and I've been with my partner for 10 years now. We're not perfect though. Having a home in London and Spain, but we still have to keep them going. I'm financially independent, and I want to stay that way. I found my confidence, my voice, and reinvented myself, accepting all of my flaws. Finding my purpose, feeling fulfilled, and living on purpose by sharing my story, my teachings, and impacting the world. There's nothing better than that, and I will show you how. So the struggles that we have. There's a pain inside that nobody can understand. And I call this pain the golden thread that's piercing the hearts all over the world. It's the hearts of women who are unheard and unseen because we want what's good for us, but we also have a pain for the world, which we feel helpless about. And we also have the need for financial security. This is so very overlooked, but crucial for moving forward, especially in the modern world. We have an inner need, a deep, deep desire for inner peace. And we desperately need confidence and a sense of purpose, a sense of being useful. And I understand the fears that go with that, of not being enough, of not being worthy, of not being able to survive or carry on, not being able to do it. That's the worst thing. But the risk of doing nothing, it means that you will stay stuck and you'll stay in that financial cycle of need and lack. And the world is abundant, my loves. It really, really is. We just have to believe this together. And I don't want you to have regrets. I don't want you to miss out on your dreams. And I don't want you to keep feeling that pain of something is missing. So what is the solution? The solution is to work within your beauty. And what do I mean by beauty? It's getting rid of all the conditioning. It means getting real. It means letting go of fear as much as you can and realizing that we have it, but we step through it, of beliefs that no longer serve you or society as a whole. And for that, you have to be very brave, because we've learned opinions for so many years and rules and regulations that are so outdated. It's very difficult, and I understand that. But we have to find our strength in our gifts. And we have to find our strength in working in a way that lights us up and discover what it is that we love again. What we really love, what's honestly our true desires, rather than the world and what they're throwing at us. And then you've got to find the tools to work with. Tools like money, time, experience. Put them all together. Work in a way that suits you. And I promise you it is possible. We also have to get back in tune with our six senses. That is the ordinary 5, plus absolutely own our own intuition, our gut, our instinct, because it's there from a primal and spiritual point of view. It's there to keep us safe, and it's also our higher knowledge. And we also have to understand and start moving with the ebb and flow. And I always say to keep ourselves full to the brim so that when those ebbs occur, we're not depleted fully. And then we integrate back into the modern world as it is, and we're stronger, we're wiser, and we're able to take ownership of our lives. And if it's what we need to do, then lead others in this way. And I see the infinite possibilities, personally and globally. What the personal infinite possibilities? Happiness, freedom, confidence, prosperity, and peace. And the biggest thing, which I forgot to put on here, is that sense of momentum. When you have personal infinite possibilities, you keep seeking, you keep moving forward, so you never have the desire to get stuck again. And the global infinite possibilities, there's less violence, less hunger, less death from disease and conflict, more understanding and more abundance. And we have everything to lend to this new way of living. It just needs more of us to be brave enough to stand together and step up to those leadership places where we have that influence and impact, and that unitedly we can be seen and be heard again. So what a woman on purpose really wants is to stop the pain, to heal the wounds, and to make the world a better place, and to ensure people are really equal, and to love life and live without shame, pain, or doubt. So let's see how we write our own best life so that you can leave a legacy to be proud of. You have to gain your independence again. And what do I mean by gaining your independence? I don't mean that you are so stubborn that you don't let anybody else out there help you, or your partner, or anybody family-wise. It just means that if you are completely independent, you know where you're going, you know what you want, you have the ability to state what you want. And that in turn leads others to their respite, their healing, their empowerment, and their understanding of enlightenment and awakenment. And form your own personal philosophy. How do we do that? We strip ourselves of all those outdated beliefs and doctrines, and we rationally think about every single thing to see if it's kind and compassionate and equal to everybody. You gain your confidence. How? By knowing what you love and finding a pathway to get there. And then you share your gifts, because once you've got that, you desperately want to show the world how to do it. And then hopefully, and this is what I see us doing as women on purpose within the world, as uniting and sharing in peace, power, and prosperity. But the one thing you have to remember, in order to share your gifts with the world, you have to fill your cup to the brim, and even more so, to overflow. You cannot serve from an empty cup. So a woman on purpose should become spiritually full, should be financially free, and should be confidently unstoppable. But that's hard, isn't it? It's not as easy as it says, but there is a way. You just give yourself the choice to live your own desires, to know what your boundaries are, to know what everything is that you desire and you need, and you make your own way there. So what is the Golden Compass? What does it consist of? Well, it consists of the 6 directions and the 2 infinite principles. And essentially, the symbols there just depict 7 of them, and the circle around it is the infinite possibilities. So the 6 directions are balancing act and solid foundation, love and relationships, work and wealth, law and community, health and well-being, and your spiritual practice and personal philosophy. So let's start at the beginning. Balancing act and solid foundation. What I mean here is, let's create your secure foundation. Let's create your home, your place of safety, enough to ensure that your survival and security are taken care of. Because it doesn't matter at what level you are, doesn't matter how rich or poor, you need to be able to be comfortable in your own home and pay the bills and pay the rent and put food on the table. That is really important. And even if you've got lots and lots of money, you have to accept that you have that secure foundation. And that means becoming financially stable. It doesn't mean becoming incredibly rich straight overnight, but it does mean dealing with your finance and being realistic and opening those bills and making sure that you have enough money every month so that you'll stop panicking and you have enough left over to either learn, empower, or embody what it is that you love so that you can share it with the world. So what about your home? I find that decorating it doesn't matter whether I've been in a tiny homeless person's unit room or in my own home. I find nesting and decorating my space is really important, because once we've created our own environment and that we feel good in, it's a much better place to start with. And as I say, budgeting, and I'll go over that in a bit more detail under work and wealth. And here we are. So your work and wealth create your enjoyment, your purpose, your passion, and your legacy. So what is it that you need to do now to create your dream life? Be honest about what that is, and then create the plans to support it. And ensure that your passion meets your purpose and creates prosperity, whatever that is for you. And what I mean by that is when you create your own budget, which we have in the Woman on Purpose free membership site, we create a budget that will support you now. And we firstly make sure that that is in place. And then we look at our lottery life. What would we do if we really had everything that we desire? And then we'd be really honest with ourselves and make sure that it is truly the life that you want to lead, because if not, you won't have the passion behind it. And then after that, we marry them together and we create a plan of purpose. And sometimes your purpose is to do whatever job it is that you're doing right now, with a vision of what it is for the future, taking the steps you need to take in order to create that. And sometimes it's actually deciding on a purpose for you. And that's a really important bit. When you're deciding on your purpose, you have to stick to it. You have to feel it. You have to embody it and decide and move on from there. Doesn't mean that it won't change, but you have to focus on what it is your purpose is. Your purpose. You have to gift yourself that. What is your passion? What do you want to do? And then go after it with all of the momentum that you can. And if you're just supposed to do something else, the universe, God, whatever it is, will come in and change direction for you. And that's okay. But do what you need to do with passion and enjoyment so that you can live your best life now. Fill yourself with passion for whatever it is. Whether you're working in a job that you can just learn more from and then have enough money so that you can spend the time to learn and practice and embody what it is that you need at the future. Or whether you have to actually decide on what it is that you're going to do in the world and gift yourself dedication and commitment to that. That's what it takes. It's nothing harder than that, but you have to commit to it. What about our love and relationships? We need to create better relationships, stronger bonds, more understanding, more trust, and I believe have a circle of safety. So what do I mean by having better relationships? When you become more observant of yourself and other behaviors, you find the ability to see through their eyes, and therefore you can solve the problems or relate to them better. In fact, the better you become at this, you can actually preempt what another person is going to say or do before they even know it. And then you can't expect others to be perfect. You have to release judgment. And it's so freeing when you release judgment, because you don't judge anymore. You haven't got that anger or cross area. It's not there. You accept them as they are. And I would say you can't break honest. The more trust you want, the more honest you be, because you can't break honest. And the last thing here is to form your own personal circle of safety. And you might have a few of these. I know that I do, and I have done in the past. Sometimes you'll have a circle of safety, a few people that you can rely on at work, in your family, in your friend sets, and I mean, they might be different. And you can vent and just be you and feel completely comfortable with them. And you may not see some of them for a long time, but you know that things will be the same as soon as you come back to it. And allow yourself to be truly you within that circle of safety. Rather than venting left, right, and center, vent and have fun and have that sense of humor and be silly and have parties. Don't cut yourself off from relationships. They need to be nurtured. They need to be created. They need to be formed in ways that we are non-judgmental. And this isn't just personal relationships. These are our relationships with the world, global relationships, cultural relationships. relationships between our elders and ourselves, and the children of the future. We need to be able to form new rules, and that calls for more understanding, more observation, the ability to speak in a way that we're heard in a loving and kind and trusted way. We also have our health and well-being, and we have to create our own personal prescription between ourselves and our doctors if we need to, but we have to be responsible. As much as putting our own health in the care of a doctor, we need to take responsibility for what it is that we want in our lives, or we're able to deal with. We have to be able to create that prescription for our body, mind, and spirit. Of course, our emotional state needs to be looked after too. And in order to be able to create this prescription, we again talk about being more observant, being more aware of ourselves and what it is, what we put in our body, food-wise, exercise-wise, thoughts-wise, spiritually. Think about all of it. We have to be really responsible and balance the naughty with the nice. I always do. I don't let myself go without, because I have flaws. I understand that. I just try to do the best I can whenever I can. And I can honestly say, if you take responsibility, and if you are under a doctor's care, take note of what they're saying, but also responsibility of your health and your own prescription to wellness. And become aware of each and every aspect of your body, mind, spirit, and emotional action. And then take action that's needed. Does your body need healthier food? Does it need more water? Does it need more exercise? Does it need to have less of something that you're putting into it? What about your mind? I cannot stress how important it is to fill your mind with beauty. Beautiful thoughts, beautiful things, beautiful sights. Take away the negative thoughts. If you are unable to do it, then get somebody else to speak them. If you're unable to see it, then let somebody else show you. But don't let the negativity of today's society permeate your mind so that you're filling yourself up negatively every single day. There's not enough space for the beauty if you do that. And I promise you, when you're taking on a personal development system such as this, an absolute secret way that is really not secret. It's a path that anybody can be taken, but you have to take responsibility of that mindset as much as you do anything else. If there's anger for somebody else's focus, get rid of it. It's not your business. If there's anger for everything that's in the world, narrow it down to what's important to you and let the other stuff be dealt with by those that are responsible, and it's their focus and their purpose. We cannot take the world on our shoulder. And in order to lead from a place of abundance and beauty, we have to be abundant and full of beauty. And then your spirit. Don't let your spirit be dampened. Don't let your spirit be trodden on. We have to fill this up in any way. But we also have to peel off the layers and the hundreds of years and thousands of years of doctrine and rules that have been brought in by religious people that are trying to control us and think that that's good for us. Most of the rules are outdated. Be brave enough to consider your own spiritual well-being and to think the thoughts of anything that you believe, and make sure that you're creating your own philosophy. And then the law and community. I always find that people think this is really strange. But this is the bit. This is the bit that I think people are missing. I think this is the bit where feminine and masculine come together, if we can accept it. I know that in some of the personal development books that I've read recently or I've heard of, I haven't read them all, I must say. I've listened to some, but I'm not very good. I'm always writing myself. I'm writing poetry or anything. I get distracted. But in most of the books, they come from a masculine energy. So this law and community doesn't quite sit well. So it doesn't quite sit well with a feminine. But when I was writing this from a feminine, I saw how important they are, because we have to integrate with the modern world as it is today. And we have to live our purpose today and tomorrow. We have to live with passion today. Not next week, not next year, today. We have to have products or services today and tomorrow. And think about the infinite possibilities for yourself, for your family, for the future, for the world, for the future. And the present. What about our present day? What needs to be done? Think about all of the challenges and that need to find solutions. Find solutions in your local community, in your online community, in a community that really draws at your heart. That will be your purpose. But we have to do that in the laws of today. So find your tribe. Find your tribe and do what you can within the restraints or constraints of the law now. But then become a part of those people that are pioneering a new way and creating different solutions or different products that can fill the need today and create new ways. So together we can create a new paradigm, a new future. We have to be able to create those solutions. And I see so many infinite possibilities. So embrace your law and community, because it's where you will put on your warrior outfit, whatever that looks like, and be who you really want to be. In the spirituality and philosophy, we create our own individual path to freedom and we allow others theirs. So for this, you have to strip yourself off of judgment. When I was creating the spirituality and philosophy, I had to take an umbrella effect because I didn't want to judge about anybody. Everybody is in survival mode. It doesn't matter whether you're the poorest of the poor or the richest of the rich. We have to strip away the judgment and create an umbrella where we can work together. If we are kind and compassionate, we need to stick together on this. So here is where you can have your personal spirituality, your religious beliefs, but you create your personal philosophy and your personal philosophical path, and you allow others theirs without judgment, because we all know how important it is to believe in something. And some people are at different levels to you. They're not ready. They're not at that stage. So accept it. I know it's hard sometimes. I know we want to share with others, but you have to accept people for where they are. And if they're not quite ready to embrace your way of thinking, well, let them be. Because we have to dangle the golden carrot in front of this whole new world. We need to make it enticing. So we need to be the goddess of our own path. We need to fill ourselves up so that everybody wonders, what's she got? And we have to have our own spiritual or philosophical beliefs in order to do that. It's really, really important. And I say spiritual or philosophical because not everybody believes in spirituality or a religion or have their own personal belief in that section. And together we really must work together. And the two infinite principles, the infinite principle of self, which is all that we know and we can control, and the infinite principle of the unknown, the infinite possibilities, all that we do not know and cannot control. And in the infinite principle of self, which is all that we know and we can control, basic elements are this. We have to take full responsibility for ourselves, for our happiness, for our freedom, for our dreams, for our desires, for our purpose, for our philanthropy, and what I think is really important and a wonderful way to keep you going and keeping on is our legacy. What do we want to leave behind? And then we have to take control of the path to get there. And the way to do that is to be honest. Be honest with yourself, truly honest. Do you really want a mansion? Do you really want to teach yoga 5 to 10 times a day? Really? Be honest with yourself. Make sure that you do not blame either yourself or anybody else, because that's absolutely wasted. And don't let fear or anger stop you. We all have fear. And if you need help with getting through a fear, just take them one step at a time and hold somebody's hand while you're going through each and every process, because that's how we learn. Remember being 3 and learning to ride a bike? We have to do that again and again and again. Remember starting school and crying your eyes out and leaving mum for your first time? And then leaving your children at school for the first time? We have to embrace those feelings again. And I know it's so much easier to actually just leave them behind, especially when we get to a certain age. And don't let anger stop you. Don't let anger get in the way. Start to use it as fuel. Take that anger and whatever that fuel or focus is, turn that into finding a solution rather than being angry, because that's another wasted emotion. And the momentum you can get from that is fuel for your desire and your purpose. And then start letting go. And this is practice. It never, ever ends, this practice. Never ends. There will be those thoughts that are absolute rubbish. We know it. I like to think of it as the angel and the devil on each shoulder. And you have to have the angel with a big whip slapping the devil around and saying, no, I will not let you come in. I will not let you come in. Whether they're thoughts, their memories, their fears, whatever they are, you have to let go every single day. Be your own master. And when the servant comes up and presses those nasty words into your mind, stop them. When the teacher is there, take control of the situation and say, no, that is no good. Say to your inner child that that's not helpful, as you would do to anybody else. And dream big again, my love. Dream big. We need people to dream big. Doesn't matter how big that is for you. It could be sitting on the porch and just sewing. I don't care, but dream big. Make good choices. Take good chances. Make good changes. And then the most important thing, take action. One baby step at a time, or a giant mountain, whatever suits you. But make sure that on each step of the way, you learn, practice, and embody. And then the infinite principle of the unknown, your infinite possibilities. And remember, this again is all that we do not know and cannot control. Embody the fact that you will never, ever know everything. Once you accept that, it becomes so much easier. We'll always be learning, and that you have the magic, mystery, miracles, and the power to use them. I see the infinite possibilities are where science meets spirit. There are always those people that say that they know for definite that it's this religion, that it's that political way, that this is the solution, that the world is flat. We know that life changes and we learn more. So accept that and then see the possibilities. And then think about all of the magic and mystery and miracles that you can see in the world today again. Allow yourself to see them Whether it's science or spirit or God or the universe or serendipity, see the magic again, my loves. See them. It is possible. You have to embrace it, and you have to allow yourself to see the magic and to see the miracles. And sometimes there just is no explanation for miracles. I know that myself, I've taken a 12-week ectopic pregnancy. I was too scared because I thought I had a disease, so I didn't do anything about it, but I lived, and I shouldn't have done. And then again, I had a brain tumor, and I went to the doctors and they told me I was vain. It was popping out my head the size of an egg. I looked ridiculous. And I knew it was more sinister. Nobody believed me. And I got through that. And then I got through suspected Pseudomonas, MSSA, Citrobacter, so many acquired infections that nobody was allowed to admit to. And I allowed myself to see through their eyes in the rules that they were living in. And I just worked with that. And I managed to get through that. So is it magic? Is it miracles? Is it people? Is it science? I don't know. But my dura, the lining around my brain, has grown thick again, all by itself. I have no skull to protect me. I'm very scared of umbrellas. But what is that? Is that a miracle? Is that God? Or is that science? To me, it's the infinite possibilities. How magic is that? Now again, there is a warning. You have to do the work, but you don't have to do it alone. And I'd like to ask your permission to take a few minutes to share more about how you can work with me and the A Woman on Purpose team, and either do the work for yourself in a personal capacity, or learn to be a licensed teacher or facilitator, doing the work within your own locality and community. The Golden Compass helps you if you are going through a transition and want to be more, have more, and give more. If you want to be all you can be and contribute back to the world in a way that lights you up. If you want to be peaceful, passionate, prosperous, and purposeful, or you want a better relationship with yourself, with your family, with your partner, with your one true love, with your work colleagues, with your friends, with your community, and even with, as I know, with your doctors and legal team. What about taking control of your life and your financial freedom, whatever that is to you? And wanting to integrate your personal and work life so that you're lit up and beaming. And I know there's a lot of talk about personal and work life balance, but I believe it can be integrated so that there is no separation. And what about learning a non-denominational holistic personal development program? One that allows us to all work together so that we can all have our own beliefs, but we're enabling unity for women all around the world. Or perhaps you just want to be able to teach or facilitate workshops, classes, VIPs, using a proven and complete system. And you want to create an income for yourself doing something meaningful and needed when you're not quite sure of how to excavate your own purpose. And you want to create a business that will use all of your skills and your unique essence to share your story or gifts with the world. And that's what the Golden Compass helps you do. It brings your unique essence to the table, and it gives you everything you need in your way, bringing your unique story. How about just wanting to be part of the new paradigm and leading the way, and so that you can leave a legacy? And do this all in integrity and on purpose. As I said before, the Woman on Purpose has 3 stages: the foundation, the practice, and the embodiment. And becoming a master of yourself needs work, but you don't have to do it alone. You do have to learn, you have to practice, and you have to become the woman that you desperately want to be. I know that, because until you go through that process and you're brave that, you take the responsibility, you take that infinite principle of self. And when you do, it's pretty scary, but there's no looking back. So a woman in purpose is a woman feeling transition at any age. And I deal with women that perhaps have children, or they've just left school, or empty nest syndrome, or moving career, changing career, leaving a career, retiring, or just need to fill that gap. And they're feeling the thread, the golden thread that's piercing their hearts. And the golden compass is for life and business, all work, because it is about integrating, not just balancing, integrating, because we don't have much time as women. We don't. So the less we have to do and think about is so important. So we integrate every aspect of your life, supporting others through the different ages. Because I see Women on Purpose where we all see one another at the different stages, and we can support other women who are perhaps just starting a family. There are so many new solutions out there that we are all needed, and we can bring our life experience and our wisdom and our kindness and compassion to the table. But there are times also when you need to be supported yourself. And whether that's from a health, wealth, spirit, mind, it doesn't matter. We need to create the future that we will be comfortable in when we need the support. So it's a bit greedy, this, but it's true. I want our world to get better for us all in the future. So let's lead the way. Just a bit about the foundation now. There are 12 modules. In Module 1, there's the introduction and the new paradigm and feminine leadership. Module 2 is the golden compass. Module 3, the balancing act and solid foundation. Module 4, getting into reality. Module 5, and there's a whole module on this, letting go. Module 6, the gifts of life. And that's things like your senses, your skills and your experiences and your talents and your passions. And then the tools of life are money and bring the experience that you have that you can bring together and put in the middle. And then there are the 6 senses, as we said before, including the most important, your intuition. Module 9 is all about ebb and flow, finding your own personal rhythm and not being dictated to by the world, and then trusting it. That's hard as well. But mainly there, we're talking about filling ourselves up to overflow, so when the ebbs happen, we're not depleted. Module 10 are going deeper into the 6 directions and integrating them with modern world as it is today. And that's the difference. This is about taking us as modern women, creating us warriors and pioneers and solution finders and carers and healers and inspirational leaders, and integrating them in the modern world so that we can make the impact that we need to make. And then we talk about Module 11, the infinite principle of the unknown. We go deeper into your own spiritual beliefs and then really thinking about where they meet science and uncovering that childlike energy of awe, wonder, magic, mystery, excitement. It's a wonderful place to be. And then Module 12, the infinite principle of self, when we really take responsibility for the next cycle. The more we do this, and we go over it time and time and time again. And the bonus module is the practice in the embodiment and the celebration. So we do this as a foundation, then we look over all of the areas, the 6 directions again, and see what needs our focus next. So we can learn and practice and embody that. And we'll always be open cyclically, time and time again, to grow with one another and not be left alone. I made this so that it sits with women. It's a feminine way of creating miracles and magic in your life again. And the foundation course runs twice a year live in January and September. And I give live weekly webinars for the 12 weeks on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. GMT. They're all recorded, and with the system, the modules are released weekly so that it's not overwhelming and you don't give up. And we're here to support each other. And I do understand that being women, that life gets in the way sometimes. So you're always welcome to go away and come back. And I don't ever want anybody to feel embarrassed about getting cross with me about an idea and then 6 months later realizing that actually what I said does make sense now. Because this is magic, but we have to stick the magic together in order to share it with the world. There are 3 to 6 lessons per module, and you can work in your own time if you truly desire, because there will be live recordings, the recordings in the modules as they're released as well. But do try and keep up, because the more you can go through this completely, the more it will give you the impact and the growth that we all need, because we all need to lead if we possibly can, and we all need to heal if we need to, and we all need to empower one another, because together we can change the world. There are also presentation videos that are just like this one in there, so that's within the lesson, which have downloadable slides, downloadable audio if that suits you better, and the downloadable workbooks. So are you committed? Are you committed? There are ways for you also to teach this. And the reason I've added the teacher training, the licensed facilitator, the practitioner, however you would like to say it, the reason I've done this is because I know what it's like when you don't have a packaged purpose and you want to give back to the world, but you don't know where to start. And this is a start. This is like a business in a box so that you can go away. And why, this isn't a high cost program. This isn't a high cost facilitation or license program, because I want the message to get throughout the world as quickly as possible. We're needed right now. And I wish there was a way that I could do this, but I did try the whole modern world way, and it's very difficult, and I would be controlled that way. And we need to be able to keep this in integrity in a cyclical, feminine way. Now, the Golden Compass can be taught to both genders. It is not gender specific. And I will be increasing my integration into a more masculine energy as well. And I'm actually trying to learn to speak in a more, or write in a more masculine way. But the reason that I've done this is because I understand that sometimes we just need something to hit the ball running. And what you do within the personal development section is uncover your desires, your story, your truth. And one day you will be able to do this in your own voice. And the more of us that can show the world that this is really true, that this really does work, then we can entice and share this with more people, and there will be more goodness, more kindness, more compassion, more wealth, more abundance, because we do have to make a living. We have to own that. And the more we own our self-worth and we balance that, and it is hard to balance it, absolutely, I understand that. But the more we own that, the more we are able to let those who need to enlighten or awaken, we give them the respite that they need. And there are so many women who need to heal. They need a community circle. So there are lots of details there about the teacher package, where you do get extra training from me in 4 teacher training modules and a training manual. I think it's actually 6 training modules now, because I want you to have it. Now, there is an annual license fee, and there is acknowledgement required, and that can either be a Woman on Purpose or the Golden Compass. But I want you to use your unique essence that you find within the course, and I want you to bring that passion into whatever it is that you decide to do, whether it's classes, workshops, retreats, VIPs. What are your passions? Are they dancing? Are they art? Are they cookery? Is it business skills? Are you a good PR person? Whatever it is. Are you a nurse? Are you a carer? I see everybody as equal, and everybody has their unique essence, and everybody will draw the people that need to hear their message through your own unique message. And there will be access to every cycle of webinar training for both personal and the teacher training elements. Once you're a member, a fully paid member of A Woman on Purpose, you can join the life cycles again and again and again. And you can teach this in small groups, in women's circles, whether that's red tents or sacred temples. You can change them to be weekly classes, workshops, retreats, VIP days, and coaching sessions. I will also give you the Woman on Purpose Golden Compass for business, because I understand that these are integrated, and I've been able to create a business Golden Compass which integrates and works as well as the life one. So within this, becoming a licensee, you will be able to get access with the Golden Compass for business. And there's a huge webinar and workbook to go with that. And I'll also share my branding, Facebook and marketing strategy so that you can create your own business quickly, easily, and affordable. And I am available to tell you everything. I will show you. And I've done this myself because I want it to be available to everybody that needs it. And I will show you how I've done it. The practice of healing will be a bonus. Now, this is something that I've been working on, and it's been incredibly difficult for me. It's a body of work that's comprised of verse and visualization for teachers to use. It's due to be released shortly, and the templates for all the visualizations will fall under the Woman on Purpose teacher license. So you will be able to use those visualizations within your work. And you're also able to use all of the poems, as long as you say the poems are written by Alexandra Gold, and you're a practitioner of either the Golden Compass or the Woman on Purpose Foundation, whatever suits you. Who are you? Are you going into the corporate arena, or are you going into a women's circle? Whatever it is. So the recap is the Woman on Purpose has 3 stages. And remember this, whether you choose to join me or not, this is so important. Foundation, practice, and embodiment. This works for women feeling transition at any age. The foundation is actually 12 modules and will be available for license who complete the teacher training and continue being a licensee. The Golden Compass applies to life and business. And you can apply to be a part of the global program just for yourself, or to become a teacher and create an income using the system, or even integrate it with your existing business and branding. So, how do you register? There is a link to the register here, and I will also give you a link to the A Woman on Purpose page in a second. But the personal empowerment starts from a single payment price of $797, and that includes the 12 live webinars with me twice a year. You don't have to pay again once you've paid this. And you can join me for whenever you need. You can dip in and dip out. You can do the whole course and then decide that you need to go back for a reflection, which is what I do. This is why I run it live, because it works in a cyclical area. Or you can apply to become a licensed teacher and facilitator of this work. And for a single payment, that's from $1,797, and that's US dollars. And for that, you get access to me, you get access to all of the work, all of the workbooks, all of the poems, You can download the slides of the videos, the lessons, so that you can get ready and start your classes tomorrow if you so desire. And for this webinar, and because I've not really even started the launch yet, you can use code webinar30 for 30% discount. And that's a huge amount of discount, considering that you either get a lifetime access to me and the live program, or you're able to create your own business and become a licensed teacher or facilitator of this body of work and help me make the world a better place. If you're not quite sure and you want to try the personal empowerment and then you decide that you want to become a teacher, I will honor the teacher training price minus your investment and offer you a payment plan. And I offer payment plans. They are slightly higher because of the administration that the banks take for each and every payment. So they're slightly higher, but I do offer payment plans, and I won't turn you away if this is something that you want to do, because it is about the message. But just the longer you take, the more admin costs there is to consider. And if this is something that you want, then do come and ask me at alex@awomanonpurpose.tv. And you can find all of the details, what have I got there, at this website. So awomanonpurpose.tv/foundation. And that is www.awomanonpurpose.tv/foundation. You should be able to just click on that link there if it's something that is interest to you, and watch me give my little presentation there and find out more about the extra bonuses that I haven't even mentioned on there, and the personal way if you want to have a VIP session with me as well. But I just want to go back to this. Only a woman on purpose licensed teacher can have the full power and support of the brand that I've managed to create. And I will show you how to create your own, because I believe that there is enough in the world for everybody. Just focus on it and I'll help you get there. And also, you can get exclusive resources to become successful teachers, facilitators, entrepreneurs, and community leaders within this program. And the world needs that now. And the licenses don't expire as long as you're a Woman on Purpose member that's good in standing. And that's the annual license fee is literally $297 per month. And you can even pay that over the year if you so desire. And you can yet to use all of the branding. So I give you all the logos exactly as they are, either as a Woman on Purpose or the Golden Compass. And that includes the symbols and the logos for your marketing. Or you can use your own, simple as that, as long as you just say using the Golden Compass system or the Woman on Purpose Foundation, based on in that sort of way. I'm really not precious about it, because I do want to see this message go all the way around the world. So essentially, I want to give people the opportunity that I was not afforded, and I wish to make this world a better place quickly. And there will also be a 60-minute bonus mastermind with me to craft your unique message for you once you've completed either the personal empowerment or the teacher training. So this is when you've completed that 12 weeks with me, I will give you a 60-minute personal session to find out how we can actually build your purposeful life together. So this could be integrating it with a better career plan, or creating your own business, writing your book, creating your own system, so that you can impact the world with your unique essence and leave a lasting legacy, because that's the ultimate fulfillment in life. And just to let you know that there is a 30-day money-back guarantee on any of the single payments. And if you have a payment plan, you can cancel at any time. So one thing I will say, if you want to join this and you want a payment plan, it is your responsibility to be able to afford that plan. So make sure that you're honest with me. And remember that you can cancel it. I'm not going to stop you and not let you back in. Of course you can. If you're honest with me and say you have to stop it for a while, you will join again when you can. That's also fine. I know what it's like to be women. I know how it's like to fall in love bonkersly. I know what it's like when you suddenly have to take a job and you don't have enough time for yourself, or you have a child that needs you, or a parent that needs you. I understand that. I'm a human being. So I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. I'm going to try and find my way back now. I'm going to stop presenting so that I come back, and I hope that you have gained all that you need from this webinar, or you'll consider joining the foundation and the really wonderful group of women within the community, because it is something different. Even I am only owning how amazing this is and what I've created. And I don't mean to be big-headed, but I really am just, I cannot believe that I did it sometimes. It is a gift to the world to be able to work in cycles, to be able to work in a way that lifts people up, you know? And it really is special to have a cyclical program that is more balanced in a feminine way and tells the same message that men were talking about 100 years ago, you know, the things that The Secret were based on. It's absolutely amazing, and I feel so blessed to have been given this opportunity to share this message with the world. And I don't remember it all. That's why I go through the cycles every single time. You know, I go through these cycles myself. And so I just want to end, as I do every webinar, with the Golden Compass prayer, or affirmation, or intention, whatever words work with you. Oh, and that's one of the first things that I say is, whatever words I use, it took me a long time to realize that I'm not going to be able to get the right words for everybody. So I stopped trying. I use words with kindness and compassion and with that loving intention. So reframe them if you must, but don't be angry with me, because I'm just trying to do my job. And I love what I do, and I love using different words at different times. So today we shall, oh, it's in the book, it's the Golden Compass mantra. My heart is cracked open to give and receive. My feet, the foundation, secure just to be. My left hand to help me receive all I require. My right to lend others the help they require. I step forward in trust, in action, in love, and I look back for guidance ancients passed down to us. I look up for guidance, our spiritual signs, and I accept my life gratefully. In love, I do try. And so it is. I will say thank you so much for spending the time with me. I am truly honored to have this job, and I am truly honored that you've joined me for this session. If you have any questions, you can contact me. I'm a real person with a real mum. I've just decided what I want to do, how I want to do it. It's not necessarily the most famous, it's not the most glamorous, but it's just the way I want to. And I want to share that with you as best I can. So yes, if you do need to speak to me, I do have a few days. It is quite difficult for me to fit in everybody all the time, and so it may take a couple of days, but please let me know, and I look forward to seeing you. in the Woman on Purpose Foundation if you choose to join us and you think that its time is for now.